Nice.
Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu GENSHIN IMPACT. Zusammen mit Eike. Hallo Eike. Oder quasi. Naja. Dann geht's weiter mit der Versammlung der Erleuchtung. Das war nicht sehr spannend bisher. Also sehr dialoglastig. Die Menschen kommen... Ja. Dann reden wir erstmal mit den Ermittlungen. Denn da ist ja noch dieser Plot mit diesem reichen Typ, der entführt. Soll ich das jetzt rausschneiden?
Was ist drin?
Es ist authentisch. Über diesen entführten reichen Typen, der das Diadem da gespendet hat für diesen ganzen Wettbewerb. Ist gut jetzt?
Nein.
Okay. Es gibt auch nur 2 Dinge, die wir uns merken müssen für die geheimen Dialoge, Eike. Wenn es dann später wieder in Richtung dieses Pilzweiz hier, den Dickicht geht, ja?
Ja.
Dürfen wir nicht direkt dorthin, sondern müssen hier zur Statue der 7. Und damit wir dann einen Dialog haben können mit Alhaven und Nilo wieder. Und wenn wir später wieder auf KW treffen, dürfen wir ihnen nicht die Ergebnisse der Ermittlung mitteilen. Damit wir dann sehen können, wie er dann... Soll ich das verraten? Nein. Das sehen wir dann.
Nicht spoilern.
Nicht zu sehr spoilern, als sowieso schon.
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you.
Was?
I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
Wie, was denn, Eike?
Der Ton war weg.
Ach so, ich dachte jetzt, wo das nicht, weil diese Sequenz hatten wir ja am Ende der letzten Kapitels ja gesehen, wo es ja losging hier.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way.
Okay, dann erzähl sie mal alle, das ist bestimmt spannend.
The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father? What's up with that?
Vielleicht mag er ihn nicht.
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up. Would you like to come along?
Eigentlich nicht.
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all this.
Yeah! Achso, ich hab's ja schon verraten. Tja, da sind wir jetzt im finalen Akt. Er hat Akt gesagt. So, wir können jetzt direkt raus teleportieren. Stimmt, da war ja noch was, Eike, mit diesem Geist. Das muss ja auch noch geklärt werden. Ich will nichts vergessen, ne? Ja. Ist immer schön, wenn man was umsonst geschenkt bekommt. Umsonst geschenkt bekommen, das ergibt keinen Sinn.
Umsonst geschenkt.
Ja, das ist irgendwie, widerspricht sich.
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Sie wurden entführt, Eike.
Ja.
Ja, und dann liegen sie noch in dem Wasser.
Meine Socken sind nass.
Und die Ärmel auch noch. Ih. Kennt ihr das, wenn er aufs Klo geht und da hinten ist so nass und ihr müsst das dann reinstecken und so? Na, egal.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
Er hat ja schnell aufgegeben.
Das war Eike.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Du meinst Hut-Typ?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
Ich dachte, du kennst das hier alles noch gar nicht, Eike. Aber du hast wahrscheinlich einfach nur geraten, dass es der Hut-Typ in Anführungszeichen war, nicht wahr?
Ein Typ in Blau kam angeflogen und hat sie verprügelt. Ich kenne die Cutscene ja schon, bei der Scaramouche seine Fähigkeiten einsetzt und gegen Cyno kämpft.
Ja, seine Ulti. Er tritt da runter. Ja, bam.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Giovanni, Sachin's son.
Klingt wie Giovanna, Eike, nicht wahr? Joe, Golden Wind.
If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting them all and taking them back to the Academia for further interrogation.
Ist die Akademie gleichzeitig das Gefängnis?
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the Academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he admired.
Ah, es geht wieder um Erbe. Wie in Edgar Wallace Film.
That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't give me what's mine, I'll just have to take it from him. Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the Academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius. No, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this go on and laughing to himself.
Ein Genie soll all sein Geld bekommen? Ja? Ah. Könnte das ein Häfen sein?
I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman's truly capable of. Diadem of Knowledge? You mean that thing he donated to the Academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room.
Was soll... Was? Moment mal. Was jetzt? Erst ging es jetzt in Wettbewerb hier, jetzt irgendwie in Führung, jetzt irgendwie Geister. Was kommt noch hinzu?
Also, before donating it to the Academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it non-stop for days.
Ah, lass mich raten. Den Geist, den wir am Anfang gesehen haben mit dem Bart und so weiter. Das war der da, ja? Wahrscheinlich.
Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
Am Ende ist das Diadem verflucht oder irgend sowas in der Art.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the desert for research and didn't return for many years. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day and night. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the Academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his skin.
Was?
Mach ohne mich weiter, ich muss das erledigen.
Ach so, na gut. Eike hat ja das
Keine
hier...
Pause machen.
Ja, ich weiß, ich mach schon weiter hier, weil müsst ihr...
Viel Spaß.
Denn Eike hat das hier noch nicht gespielt. Diesen Akt. Okay, dann machen wir weiter.
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me.
Ja?
Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
Ja, Abfall wert. Okay.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for providing us with the critical information.
Was hält ihn eigentlich davon ab, einfach abzuhauen? Na gut, dass wir dabei sind. Ich meine, was soll er schon machen? Die haben ja nicht mal Waffen oder ähnliches.
Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah, Alhaitham's notes do mention that item.
Diese Krone. Die Krone ist in Wirklichkeit der Knack- und Angelpunkt der ganzen Geschichte.
Scribe Alhaitham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the Diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to pause the competitions while we investigate.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need to tell Karina what's going on.
Gut, damit hätten wir schon mindestens wieder einen weiteren Schritt abgeschlossen. Wir wollen uns ja ein bisschen beeilen, weil wie es ja eigentlich schon in den letzten, gegen Ende des letzten Kapitels gesagt hat, ist diese Quest ziemlich langwierig. Und so ist es seiner Meinung nach auch nicht gut geschrieben. Naja, wenn man nicht so ein Fan von Dialogen ist, naja.
Karina!
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
Aber wir waren hier und da.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like to investigate it.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now? This is pretty serious. Let me think.
I'm always serious.
Okay, here's the situation. The Diadem is currently in Mount Ima Forest. We moved it there before the third round began.
Warum?
In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Ima
Ach so.
Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person to do this gets 4 points.
Ich dachte jetzt schon, warum verlegen sie die dorthin? Die kann ja dann gleich geklaut werden.
Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole competition. As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it in time.
Lass mich raten. Scaramouche, aka Huttyp, will sich die einfach schnappen und da hinlegen und direkt gewinnen, nicht wahr?
I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately. Let's hope nothing happens.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
Hat sie noch was zu sagen?
Why this year?
Ach ja, wieso eigentlich?
Everyone hold hands.
Pünktchen, Pünktchen, Pünktchen. Okay, sie ist leer. So, und wie schon zu Anfang gesagt, wir werden nicht direkt dorthin, sondern müssen erstmal zur Statue der 7. Alle anderen Dialoge kann man ja nicht verfassen, weil die stehen ja quasi mal da, wo man ist. Hatten wir ja in den letzten beiden Kapiteln ja auch gehabt. Hey! Stehen sie ja quasi mitten auf dem Weg. Hey!
Alhaitham, Nilu, have you seen any of the other contestants?
No. No one's completed the task yet. Why? Has something happened?
There might be a problem with the diadem. Oh, but Alhaitham, you must know something about it, right?
Whatever do you mean?
You! Forget it! We'll go find it first. We'll ask you again later.
Der weiß doch was.
Hey,
Verdammt. Okay, gut. Wir können das nicht. Wir können leider nicht automatisch Gedanken lesen. Warum habe ich nicht einfach rein, den Pilz? Ich meine, der ist direkt vor uns. Das ist irgendwie so, als wenn man... Ich weiß es nicht, als wenn man eine Zange verwenden, um was aus dem Regal zu nehmen im Supermarkt. Ab in den Pilzwald. Ich komme mir vor wie ein Reise zum Mittelpunkt der Erde. Das Buch ist nicht ganz so geil. Im Grunde reisen sie einfach nur gehen sie einfach nach Island, gehen kraxeln dann diesen Vulkan, beziehungsweise diese Höhlen runter, treffen auch ein paar Riesenameisen, machen ein paar unterirdische Quellen. Und am Ende werden sie durch den, werden sie durch eine Lava-Erosion, durch den Vesus wieder gefeuert. Und das war's.
uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Obwohl, na gut, könnte auch sein, dass das Buch, die Version nicht gelesen habe, könnte vielleicht auch die Kinderversion gewesen sein. 200 was? Achso, da können wir ja gleich... Obwohl, gehen wir von hier oder von da? Könnte ja natürlich auch die kürzeste Kinderbibliotheksversion gewesen sein. Es gab doch mal, apropos, es gab doch mal auf RTL irgendwie Anfang der 90er oder Mitte der 90er gab es doch mal so einen Film, wo irgendwie Jugendlichen nach Atlantis reisen. Da sind alle irgendwie so ein bisschen futuristisch, so wie in, ihr wisst schon, wie in Super Mario Filmen, nur halt in billig.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray. Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner.
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
Coole Cutscene.
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my research.
Ja, das muss man jetzt wirklich mal einen kleinen Applaus geben, Eike, oder?
Die war gut, nicht wahr?
Ja, wenn das ganze Event mal von Anfang an so gewesen wäre, nicht wahr?
Leda hat ihr Schild benutzt. Scaramouche konnte einfach durchgreifen.
Farusan wollte ihn abstechen mit ihren, wie heißt das?
Mit ihrem Autistenwürfel.
Genau. Und Kaveh hat dann immer noch schnell abgezogen mit seinem Koffer.
Aber eigentlich, ich hätte mir gewünscht, Leda hätte gewonnen. Sie hat die Krone schließlich gefunden. Das war gemein.
Ja, das auch. Es wundert mich übrigens, dass ihr alle nicht am Ende versucht haben, ihn wegzunehmen, als er da gerade von der Krone, bis sie sein Geist abgelenkt war.
Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
Nimm ihn, den Schatz!
How do you know my name? Who are you?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind.
Ich hab's geahnt.
Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he. more cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. It is you who are worthy to inherit all that I once owned. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention and bear witness. You have all performed outstandingly in this International Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks, and you are the creme of the creme. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Me? Similar to you?
Was will er damit andeuten?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists, and that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless strife and slaughter. Conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. Beyond the wall of Samiel lay a completely different world from the one I knew. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert who called themselves the Lost Darshan.
Ey, das haben wir schon mal gehört, oder nicht?
Ja.
But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict, and conflict begets destruction. This is the inexorable truth.
Erinnert mich ein bisschen an das Ende von, nicht Weige? Erinnert mich ein bisschen an das Ende von Wonder Woman, den ersten, wo sie auch feststellen muss, oh, Krieg, das ist ja gar nicht von irgendwelchen Gottheiten aus, das wählen die Menschen selber, nicht wahr?
The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such guidance. Things can only ever go from bad to worse. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. And so, I decided to bring my life to an end.
Uff. Uff.
Wieso, hatten wir nicht so schon mal, hatten wir den Genshin nicht schon mal Selbstmord gehabt, Eike? Ich meine
Ja,
schon.
sag an, welchen?
Ah.
Wenn du diese Mutmaßung anstellst, musst du ja einen Fall haben, der Selbstmord hatte.
Ah, es gab schon so viel, meine Güte.
Ja, Dichan, wenn du es annimmst, musst du ja eine Erinnerung haben daran. Sag an.
Wem hatten wir denn der?
Ja, du hast gerade die Mutmaßung gestellt, also musst du ja jemanden im Gedanken haben.
Ja, aber ich kann es nicht greifen. Wir hatten da einen Charakter war es doch. Ah. Wo war denn das nochmal? Ich komme nicht drauf.
Ja, weil es keinen gab.
Gab es keinen, der sich selbst geopfert hat, zumindest oder so?
Selbst geopfert, ja, aber kein Selbstmord begangen aus Trauer.
Ja. Wohl, der Vater in der Cyno-Quest am Ende?
Der hat sich geopfert und keinen Selbstmord begangen aus Trauer. Dichan, der Typ hier deutlich depressiv
offensichtlich
über das Unglück der Welt und hat sich umgebracht. Das hat nichts mit Selbstaufopferung zu tun, um seine Tochter zu retten.
But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this Diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the Academia manage my estate.
As I thought,
the contract you signed with the academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. You may regard this as the very last experiment of them all. The academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the worthiest of individuals, my hope was that one day I would find one who could untangle the mystery of human nature once and for all, and help to move the world onto a better path.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the world.
Ja, und wir haben ja gesehen, dass Kavi schon ziemlich drunter leidet unter seinen, sagt man, idealen Vorstellungen.
Huh? But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment, part of my investigation into human nature. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence in pleasure-seeking, my research will have progressed.
Hedonismus, auch ein Begriff, den man nicht oft liest in Videospielen.
Hedonismus.
Ja, nur kurz eingeblendet, falls die Leute nicht wissen, was der Begriff ist.
Der gute alte reformierte Sadohedonist.
I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history. And I lament the research that I failed to complete. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to do with as I please?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
War es ein Lächeln?
I guess that'll be the end of that.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
Ja gut, was war denn auch die Möglichkeit? Entweder Gier oder alles für die...
Wie oft willst du noch machen? Du
Ja, ich
machst
weiß
in
nicht.
jedem Satz machst du rein.
Ja, ich will...
Du hast keinen einzigen flüssigen Satz bisher hervorgebracht. Du hast immer Unterbrechungen, Pausen und Nachrendern. Ist die Festplatte abgestürzt?
Das liegt am Wetter.
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also makes him the winner of the Inter-Darshan Championship. As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind to change it for the better. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I, we're not the same.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish his research for him.
Diese, der ist eh verloren.
But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and countless future scholars will follow in our footsteps. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else has to hear them now. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. I'll bear that responsibility. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from admitting it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my honor to congratulate you on your victory.
Wieso hat er gewonnen? Er hat die erste Runde verkackt, die zweite Runde nur so gerade gewonnen und die dritte Runde hat er jetzt gewonnen. Was ist das für ein Blödsinn? Was bringt denn das, wenn man 2 Runden gewinnt? Also da gewinnt und die letzte Runde dann verliert. Was bringt denn das, wenn das letzte Ding 3/4 der Punkte ausmacht?
Ja, das ist ein bisschen...
Eigentlich hätten doch Tichnali und
Farusan?
Und Leila gewonnen.
Ach, Leila, ja. Ja, das ist ein bisschen...
Farusan hat die zweite Runde verloren.
Ja, stimmt, ja. Das ist ja nicht ruhig durchdacht.
Also irgendwie macht das gerade absolut keinen Sinn. Von den Punkten her müssten eigentlich Tichnali und Leila gewonnen haben.
Ja, diese ganze Punktvergabe ist nicht wirklich sehr durchdacht.
Nee.
Kannst du zweite verkacken und das letzte einfach gewinnen. Hast gewonnen, fertig.
Ja.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Vielleicht wusste Scaramouche das ja, dass man am Ende einfach nur die Krone einsammeln musste und hat deswegen gesagt, nö, mach doch ruhig. Eike.
Bezweifle ich.
Ja.
Denn wenn das hier jedes Jahr stattfindet, dann sind die Regeln doch schon bekannt. Das ist doch nicht jetzt irgendwas Geheimes sozusagen. Man weiß doch, was bringt und so.
Ja.
Ich finde das Ding absolut nicht durchdacht. Machen hier einen Wettbewerb ohne Publikum, ohne Leute, die rumstehen. Das ist schon echt dämlich. Also präsentationsmäßig ist das echt bescheuert. Eigentlich hätte ich erwartet, dass da mindestens ein paar Leute auf den Pilzen sitzen oder so oder am Rand stehen und zugucken. Das ist hier so, wir machen einen Wettbewerb und die einzigen Zeugen sind Paimon und Traveler Kamera und Nilo und Haytham am Ende. Das ist Käse.
Ja, wir sind einfach nur Beobachter und der Rest... Es ist ein Wettbewerb, aber geschlossene Gesellschaft.
Ja.
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony.
Da werden bestimmt mindestens 3 Leute sein.
Es ist bescheuert. Wieso hat er gewonnen? Er kann nicht gewonnen haben. Er hat die erste Runde verloren.
Yay! So, Kreisveranstaltung.
Tichnali hat die zweite Runde verloren. Cyno hat die erste Runde verloren. Also irgendwie die einzige, die wirklich 2 Runden geschafft hat, ist Leila. Und naja.
Ja, das ist...
Leila hat eigentlich gewonnen von den Punkten.
Ja, wie gesagt, das ist
wenn man 2 Runden gewinnt. Sie hat 2 Schmetterlinge. Sie hat einen Schmetterling in der ersten Runde hingebracht und sie hat den komischen Konverter da deaktiviert. Also,
Ja.
eigentlich hat sie gewonnen.
Ja, das ist wie in diesen, ich weiß nicht, was, in irgendeinem Film war es auch, da gab es auch einen Wettbewerb, wo man am Ende einfach nur das gewinnen musste und dann hat man wieder genug Punkte gesammelt, um das Ganze dann doch zu gewinnen. Ich weiß aber nicht mehr, wo das war.
Oh, Secret Dialog noch? Irgendeinen?
Es gibt noch einen, wie gesagt, den mit KW, wo man ihnen sagen, nicht die mit, wie war es nochmal, die Ergebnisse mitteilen darf.
Okay,
ja.
Los.
Der Rest ist alles auf dem Weg. Hab auch kurz Panik bekommen bei der Zwischensequenz, weil ich dachte, oh nein, ist jetzt vorbei?
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Interdarshan Championship to a close.
Ihr habt es nicht gesehen, aber wir sagen einfach mal so, dass es so war. Okay.
Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh, to the stage to receive his award.
Okay, Eike, ich habe mich gehört. Es sind nicht 3 Leute, es sind 4 gewesen.
Ja.
Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Er ist ein Philanthrop.
Sachin's estate is getting donated?
So much, Mora. And he gave it all up?
Ich bin bedürftig. Gib mir was.
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives for the better. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh? I'm sure many of our audience, like myself, are curious to learn why you decided to give all this wealth away.
Ja, der muss ja auch nicht laut reden, es sind ja nur 4 Leute.
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be up to one person to make a judgment on. Not him, and not me either.
Und wir wissen ja, Geld verdirbt den Charakter.
Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment.
Ich dachte, es geht einfach von der Bühne runter und fertig.
While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card. Additionally,
Cyno
your
kickt
champion
ihn jetzt
status will be logged
Ja.
in your record. This means that the sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposals you submit.
Hast du gesehen? Für eine kurze Sekunde hat er kurz so gemacht. Cyno meine ich, Eike.
All right, I'll take the card. But as for project proposals, forget it.
Na, ich will keine Vorteile haben. Nee. Nicht wahr? Das ist wie auch immer so Geschichten. Nein, der Held, der darf nicht reich werden am Ende.
Naja, das ist bei Genshin ja auch so. Der chinesische Held, der darf keine Belohnung aus dem Abenteuer mitnehmen. Ja.
Genau, er muss dran wachsen und so weiter, ne? Ja? Der Status Quo muss beibehalten werden.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kaveh one last big round of applause.
Well.
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been enough for me to live in luxury for my entire life.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole Wisdom Gala to explore.
Hat er sie gerade beleidigt?
Ja.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but this
Nein.
one was just so tiring.
Sie war sehr mild. Naja, gut. Die Leute in Sumburo haben ja anscheinend eher kein Interesse an diesem Event, oder?
Wieder keinen geraden Satz rausgebracht.
Ich meinte an das Event. Den Wettbewerb meinte ich.
Pausen.
Ja.
Immer nachrendern.
Ja.
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly, you don't look happy at all, but whatever else happened, you're the champion, you know? Don't you think you should be proud of that?
Ein Letdown nach dieser Zwischensequenz, sozusagen.
I suppose. Oh, wait. Cyno said he wanted the card, didn't he? And now I have it, right here.
Jetzt bist du ja so von der Seite so angesprungen kommen. Ja, damit! Ah! Nicht wahr? Du bist jetzt mein Feind.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able to make a tidy sum of more off it.
Hast du nicht zugehört, Paiman? Der Held darf nicht gewinnen. Kein Geld rausziehen aus sowas.
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him. Could you pass it on to him for me when you next see him?
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal! You should do it yourself! Come on, let's go find Cyno.
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
Was?
Seit wann kann Paimon das?
Ja, warum gerade an den Haaren ziehen?
Nein, wieso hat sie ihn gegriffen? Sie hat noch niemanden angefasst.
Das ist neu. Finde Cyno.
Wo könnte er nur sein?
Ja.
Dann los hin.
What you looking at, Cyno?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue. What brings you here?
Ich bin hier noch ein bisschen am Grübeln.
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation card, and I figured you'd have more use for it than I.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you want to give it to me?
What else would I do with it? I have no use for it.
Oh mein Gott, Eike. Fängt er jetzt an zu weinen?
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this. Just tell me what's wrong and I will help.
Okay, jetzt habe ich Angst. Eike, du auch?
Weiter.
Er ist ein richtiger Fan.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card. I'll figure my own issues out by myself.
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot simply take it from you.
Wir haben es verstanden.
How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price. Namely, the price that the previous limited edition card sold for.
Hat er irgendwie was am Kopf, Eike? Was ist los mit ihm? Eike.
Naja, weiß ich nicht.
Warum nimmt er nicht einfach die Karte? Nein, ich kann das nicht.
Er hat keine Nippeldate schon. Was fragst du dich da? So weiter.
Das hat damit zu tun.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
Und jetzt sagt er wahrscheinlich, wie kannst du das sagen?
1 million more at the very least.
Oh, und das nur wegen ein bisschen Glanz?
How much?
Jetzt will ich sie doch balten.
A million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little higher.
Wie viel verdient Cyno?
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you? I saw your deck last time we played.
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but not rare.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things like this.
So
Es gibt immer noch keine Chichi-Spielkarte.
Ja, ach echt? Ja. Genau, so funktioniert es mit Sammelkarten.
Nur Bums wieder.
Ja, so funktioniert es mit Sammelkarten. Je weniger es gibt, desto wertvoller
Hoffentlich
sind
hast
sie.
du dein Mikrofon, was du damals benutzt hast, eingepackt und nicht einfach in den kalten, nassen Keller gestellt, weil dann ist es im Arsch.
Du meinst das dicke, fette Standmikrofon, was ich damals für meine ersten Let's Plays verwendet habe, das so mit dem jemanden erschlagen könntest?
Ja.
Das liegt hier noch neben mir.
Gut.
Ja.
But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity. Living with debt is miserable.
Ist das jetzt eine Anspielung? Ist das gerade... Das klingt gerade wie eine Anspielung. Gib dein ganzes Geld nicht für Genshin aus. Als ob sie es wissen würden. Self-aware.
Ja.
Okay, weiter.
Ja. Hat 90 Pedi. Ja.
Du hast Chichi bekommen.
Ja, ja. Aber da habe ich zumindest auch KW bekommen. Aber ich glaube, den haben alle bekommen, oder?
Den habe ich C4, den Idioten. Und ich habe über 100 Puls reingeballert. Ich wollte Kandake haben. Jetzt habe ich nur eine C1 Kandake und einen C4 Schwachkopf.
Ja, und ich wollte...
Was soll ich mit dem?
Ich wollte C2 Ganyu haben, damit sie... Oder C1? Nee, C2, damit sie zweimal ihre Eisblume machen kann.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've been through a lot?
I don't want to talk about it.
Zu spät.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Cyno, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny. Kave, come with me in a few moments to collect the Mora. Thanks to you, I have achieved my goal for participating in this tournament.
Aber der Untertitelschreiber hatte keinen Bock, das alles aufzuschreiben. Dann ist dann, nicht wahr, Eike? Dann ist wieder Zeit für ein Duell. Ne?
Cringe.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact, let me treat you all to a meal later. Bring Tainari and Kale, too.
Well, this is what they call all's well that ends well. Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing. Let's go check in with them, shall we? Since we're guest commentators and all.
Was haben wir daraus gelernt? Wir müssen befreundet sein mit Cyno. Der hat anscheinend ein paar Millionen auf dem Konto. So. Sprich mit dem Vertreter des Instituts. Okay, gut. Dann müssen wir uns wahrscheinlich jetzt erstmal auf die Socken machen und mit den geheimen Charakteren reden. Nee, mit den anderen Leuten noch reden. Es sind ja nicht direkt geheime Dialoge. Nicht wahr, Eike?
Den kleinsten Charakter laufen, gute Idee.
Naja, die große natürlich.
Weißt du, du bist gerade komplett, warum bist du nicht runtergesprungen? Warum gehst du diesen langen Umweg? Das war komplett unnötig. Du hättest da einfach oben runterspringen können, wärst direkt hier gelandet.
Ich dachte, das wäre gleich hier unter mir.
Na, halt's Maul, ey.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in the academia.
Damals, vor 100 Jahren.
Really? Well, then, sure, Madame Farzan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable outfits for us.
Farzan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What are you all up to?
Shopping.
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farzan here is pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to give us some help.
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Never mind. We can purchase some textiles and make the clothes ourselves.
Ihre Kleidung ist übrigens anscheinend angelehnt ans alte Griechenland-Eike, nicht wahr?
Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red and pink flowers on. Oh, and some green leaves.
Was übrigens auch passte. Ich meine, altes Griechenland, ne? Athen, Sumeru, City, Akademie, nicht wahr?
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what the older folks back home would wear.
Indien? Ach, stimmt.
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks. This is actually sounding pretty weird.
Wait. Madame Farzan's right. That style is a classic and used to be mainstream fashion. But these days, there's some other options too.
Jetzt lernen wir was über alte Mode in Sumeru.
If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get to meet up, especially since Candace rarely makes it to Sumeru City. Also, I know a few places where I can get a great bargain.
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth of today are into.
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
Ist das Ihr Fanclub?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during the competition. Do you have any classes we could sign up for?
Of course I do. And you're both very welcome to join.
That's great! We can't wait. What's your area of research? Precision mechanics?
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were representing the Haravatat Darshan in the championship.
Und die Untertitel würde ich wahrscheinlich gar nicht verstehen, was damit gemeint ist. Havarashan?
Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other classes in the future. I'll be there.
Abgeblitzt.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
Was ist denn überhaupt Redelehre, Eike?
Tja.
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan, and I'd like to learn from you for a while, if possible. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-Darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange. But I look forward to learning from you.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me, and I promise you, you will get the best teaching available.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any further. See you in class.
I don't quite understand what happened there, but congratulations, I think.
Ja. Okay, vielleicht ist Redelehre sowas wie Grammatik. Nee, Quatsch. Wahrscheinlich eher Sprachwissenschaften.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick out some clothes?
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we
Wir
have
haben nur
to check
dieses
in
eine
with all the
Model.
other contestants before then.
Schade. Und ich habe mich schon darauf gefreut, dass wir jetzt hier so eine Sequenz haben, so dass sie immer andere Klamotten anziehen und wir müssen dann bewerten, Eike, nicht wahr? Wie im Film.
Nein, gibt's nicht. Dann würde es sofort als Skin verlangt werden.
Natürlich.
Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hat Guy or Layla?
I don't know where Hat Guy went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, though. But she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak with her. Are you gonna go and see what she's up to?
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition, right?
Hat sie das vergessen? Oder haben wir das noch nicht erfahren, dass das ihr altes
Mach
Ego
jetzt
gewesen
weiter.
ist?
Sieht schon, das Event kommt
she
eine Woche
didn't end up
später.
winning, so Paimon wonders how they feel about that. Let's go take a peek.
Aber erstmal wieder Gehirne scannen. Bei wem fangen wir an? Oh, das war Cloud.
Bei dir.
I think I might need some more practice if I wanted to embroider my own complex designs. Although, I'm no beginner with a needle and thread. More like upper end of intermediate?
Sie ist ein, beherrscht
Ja,
mehrere
geht
Talente.
schon. Was weiter?
The classics are the best. Period.
Ja.
I see you and Candace are both pretty tall. That means they have a lot of options when it comes to clothes.
Ist dem so?
These clothes all seem a bit too flimsy. Is there anything sturdier?
Oh,
Sagte die eine Hotpants und Schleifen trägt.
ich wollte gerade sagen, die am wenigsten trägt. So, wo ist das da oben? Okay, wahrscheinlich wieder der Akademie.
I'm sorry, everyone. I could have done better in the third round.
Indem man alles gewonnen hätte.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh? Heck, it's not like any of us had the guts to enter the championship.
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the Diadem first in round 3. You came so close to winning the competition.
Ja.
I just got lucky, I think.
Ja, nah dran war es eher.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tighnari from Amorta, even Cyno the General Mahamatra was there. You're amazing, all of you.
Ja, die waren leider besser als du.
Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a genuine genius.
Ist das denn ihr Spitzname?
Oh, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius. In the second round, for instance, I dozed off and somehow found myself beside the device when I came to.
Das mache ich ja schon. Ich werde das schon machen, keine Sorge.
Machst du nicht. Du musst doch die Lilopark-Quest noch spielen. Das hast du auch nicht gemacht.
Ah, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided we're taking you out to celebrate and that's final.
Heute kontrolliere ich auch, ob du 4 Videos gerendert hast, wie du es versprochen hast. Und nicht nur die nachgereichten, sondern neue Videos für das Projekt nach den 2 Wochen.
Ja.
Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today's all about you.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. This is great. We haven't seen Hat Guy since the end of the competition. Oh well, it's almost mealtime. We'd better go meet up with Kaveh and Cyno now.
So, sind die beiden jetzt hier gleich um die Ecke? Seht ihr, ach, 2. Stock gibt's ja auch.
Genau, ein 2. Stock. Erdgeschoss gibt es nicht, ne?
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry, I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time I return the favor.
Mit 1 Million Mora kann man bestimmt schon, ja, gut aushalten.
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here.
Ooh, look at all this. Good food, here we come.
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Farazan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find Hat Guy, though. Who knows where he's gone?
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace. That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? I still have questions about that note he left. Well, whatever. He can do what he wants. Now, let's eat.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly, like he was trying to brainwash me. It gave me a splitting headache that only got worse as he went on.
Verständlich, dass die ja nicht haben wollte.
Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune, then we're probably better off without it.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer, the Mantra would step in and ban it.
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as soon as you've inherited the wealth. But that wouldn't have been your style. I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate. He chose you. That means he knew what he was doing.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should honor their wishes.
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kale.
Endlich mal.
It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Yep, no dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Alhaitham.
I sense that Alhaitham has in fact been here with us all along.
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
Er leidet so ein bisschen unter Verfolgungswahn, was?
Jealous, he's jealous.
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
Ich hätte jetzt gesagt, unter den Tisch. Was war das denn jetzt gerade für ein Geräusch?
Oh, that was horrifying. It literally sent chills down my spine.
Ist das awkward Geräusch oder was soll das bedeuten, Eike?
Weiter.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tighnari, did you achieve what you wanted out of the championship?
I did, in the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people, they told their friends, and so on. Now, a record number of people have signed up to attend the next lecture.
Das war ja auch sein Grund, weswegen hier mitgemacht hat.
Oh, are you free next month? You should come along, maybe even say a few words.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture, or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next time they're building a house.
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time. Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone's still hungry.
I'm full. Thanks. Paimon's super full, too. If only we could eat like this every day.
Können wir doch. Ich hab doch genug im Inventar.
Ja, mehr als genug.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important too. This is a good restaurant. Let's definitely come here again.
Und hinzu kommt noch, dass wir mehr Mora in den Taschen haben als er. Nicht wahr? Wie viel hast du, Eike?
Ich bin momentan bei nur 39 Millionen.
Ach, nur 39.
Es ist
Sounds
nix,
good.
das sind 4 Charaktere.
We should pick a few other places as backup options, though.
There are other good places around here, too? Oh, and don't forget to invite us if you go. There's nothing we love more than good food.
Das ist Paimons Motto.
Do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
Ah, okay, dann reden wir doch mal mit ihm.
Since everyone is free, why don't we play a few matches of Genius Invocation TCG?
Eager to show off your new limited edition card, are you?
Es wirkt immer so komisch, dass er immer noch das TGC sagen muss.
Not to show off.
TGC.
This is my way of thanking you for your help.
TGC.
Only my best friend will have the honor of seeing this card's debut play.
Ja, Trading Card Game.
All right, sure. I didn't bring my deck with me, though, so I'll need to borrow one.
Actually, Master, I made a new one a few days back.
Don't tell me you've been spending all your study hours playing cards.
Come on, no need to be so stern. They do say that your innate interests are your best teacher, don't they?
Ich glaube, wenn ich jetzt alle andere wieder einfallen und
Mach Gedanken. Teachern ist es wie immer ein Gruppengespräch.
Genau.
Also Gedanken lesen.
Ja.
This was some pretty successful ordering today. Not a dish wasted. Oh, I almost forgot. I should order a couple of extra things to take back home.
Sie haben vielleicht Pläne dafür.
I see everything.
With this limited edition card in my deck, I have reached peak connection with my cards. This is my most worthwhile purchase in quite some time.
Auf dem Weg zu der König der Welt zu werden. Nein, der König der Karten.
It's been so nice not having to study these last few days. I hope I don't fall behind. Wait. Uh-oh. I've completely forgotten where I was up to.
Die ist einfach viel zu nervös.
I wonder when Kaveh will be able to pay off his debts. I wish him the best of luck.
Gesundheit.
Nee. Talentierter nee. Alles gut.
Kann auch so rausgehen.
It looks like this Inter-Darshan Championship's a wrap.
Ja, und sie war, naja, okay.
All that stuff with Sachin and the Diadem got sorted too. Have you still got anything else on your mind?
Ja, seine Forschung. Was waren eigentlich die Ergebnisse? Was hat er überhaupt, was ist dabei überhaupt rausgekommen?
Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials at somewhere beginning with but Kaveh smashed the Diadem of Knowledge before he could finish. It might be dangerous if someone finds his old research stash, right?
Das Aurodorf.
Where do you think it could be?
Wie viele Gegner mit A gibt's denn hier?
Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all the time researching in the desert, didn't he? So it's very possible that that's where he'd leave all his suits. Alright then, let's head off to our village and try our luck!
Ja gut, dann gehen wir auch ins Arodorf. Ziehen. Ha, das ist ja immer noch die Markierung, Eike. Siehst du sie? Auf der Karte?
Ja.
Das ist doch die Markierung, wo Kandake und, wie hieß sie nochmal? Gestanden haben.
Ja.
I see everything.
Pünktchen, Pünktchen, Pünktchen. Okay.
Hör auf, Scheiße zu looten.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Wirklich.
Oh, hey, Thumb. What are you doing here? And what are you reading? Are those?
Sachin's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Aha, es war also von Anfang an geplant. Also was er...
Ja, mal wieder der typische kluge Charakter. Und ich habe alles von Anfang an gewusst. Warum? Ja, ich bin klug. Ah, okay.
Wait, so you've read it already? Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as Sachin was. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Nein, nicht alle Empathen haben viele Freunde.
Und bei ihnen ist es also das Gegenteil.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that causes no harm whatsoever to others. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. Not everyone can deal with that reality. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative. But, at the end of the day, for all these experiment results and conclusions, it's just one person's perspective, Sachin's.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical conclusions. In that sense, one might say his views were correct.
Aber?
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that's true?
Ist das quasi Chaos-Theorie?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can.
Das haben wir ja schon gehört.
By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they wipe away the ignorance that blinds them. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides our fates. All right then, I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after. I'll be off.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Ja, wie kannst du nur?
Get together? Ah, yes, that makes sense. This is a good opportunity for that sort of thing.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our questions. Who do you think that'll be? Traveler, Paimon, you're already here.
Moment, was will jetzt Nahida von den, was will wir hier den Vorschlag geben?
Wissen ist Wissen.
Nahida! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised?
Überhaupt nicht.
Ja.
Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, why didn't you switch it out for another one? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these materials are a result of that. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but I didn't want to wipe away all his hard work searching for the truth.
Sie ist der ultimative Bibliothekar.
So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it?
Mag überhaupt etwas?
Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
Das war doch auch geplant von ihm. Ich erinnere nur an das Lächeln.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Does that mean that you approve of his research?
Ich glaube, sie denkt wohl eher, dass es mehrere Wahrheiten gibt, in dem Sinne.
Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom boar.
Oder ein Trüffelschwein.
Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom boar is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom boar. Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really.
Einmanns Kopf tun weh.
The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward truth. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world, and others may focus only on its evils. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But of course, I don't mean that as a criticism or a call to action.
Yep, das sind wir dann im freien Willen.
Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place where it can find its purpose.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these research materials?
Wir werden sie verbrennen.
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated, I will seal it up. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I will not stop them. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair as well.
Genau, so kann sich das dann auch ins Gegenteil umdrehen.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term, are you? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go again.
You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Ja, sie hat immer noch Hoffnung in ihn. Bam! Okay, und damit hätten wir jetzt es fast abgeschlossen eigentlich.
Secret Characters.
Ja, da ist jetzt ein Secret Character. Jetzt kommt das, was ich anfangs erzählt habe, Eike. Die zwei Dinge, man achten sollte, wenn es um die Geheimdialoge geht. Moment, ich schau mal kurz was nach. Moment. Hä? Eigentlich sollte Herr Hafe doch gar nicht da sein.
Tja, du hast die Quest nicht fertig gemacht, die Forschungsquest mit vor 20 Jahren bla bla bla. Damit ist das alles geändert. Man sollte wieder doch lesen, was im Video steht.
Where were you while the rest of us were eating together?
I don't recall being obligated to report my whereabouts to you.
Did you go find another hidey hole to read in? You need to change your ways, you know. You can't survive on books alone.
Surviving on meals paid for by you would be harder still.
You? Whatever. It doesn't take a genius to guess what you've been up to. You were investigating Sachin, weren't you? It was obvious from your notes. However, I don't believe his research alone would have been enough to pique your interest. His way of doing things is disturbing, while you... Well, to be fair, your philosophy disgusts me too, but you and Sachin are nothing alike. I don't imagine your views intersect at all. Egoism and nihilism are not the same thing.
Ist dem so?
My personal interests aside, Sachin's legacy is not entirely meaningless. He conducted experiments on a great scale and left his findings behind. Also, thanks for the compliment, but I'm actually just passing through. I didn't come here for the conversation. Well, not this one at least.
Also wenn ich das Eike? Ja? Also wenn ich das Video jetzt richtig noch im richtigen Kopf habe, ist das jetzt hier der geheime Dialog.
Ja, du hast die vor 20 Jahren Quest nicht gemacht jetzt schon. Damit wird das automatisch ausgelöst.
Ah.
Du
What do you
solltest
mean?
zuhören
What topic of
und
conversation
lesen,
could be
was
more
in der Quest
sacred among
steht.
scholars than the exploration of differing philosophies?
Well, based on what I've learned, Sachin and his disturbing way of doing things, as you put it, is very likely to have met your father 20 years ago.
What did you say? Wait, so... No. Surely that doesn't mean... Huh. So that's why he thought I looked familiar. My father must have gone into the desert due to his influence.
Hat ihn also schon lange, lange vorher gekannt.
I'm afraid so.
Good thing I shattered that diadem. From now on, nothing like that will ever have to happen again.
The boundaries of knowledge are ever expanding. Someone else will inevitably pick up the same line of research one day, and Vahumana regards it as a reasonable research direction.
Oh, not this again. Even if you're right and people are bound to fall into the same intellectual traps, things won't necessarily go the same way again next time. You have to admit that the actions of one individual don't always predict the behavior of the group, and vice versa. Take Sachin, for instance. He's quite an anomaly.
And so is the one who stopped him. You. Conflicts of this nature are indeed exceptional, but it will occur again in the future. You said it yourself. The actions of one individual cannot predict the behavior of a whole group. You know that not everyone would have chosen as you did.
Ja, und hier hat ja selbst gesagt, wenn jemand sich diese Forschung annimmt, wird sie denn nicht einschreiten, Eike.
Even so, I stand by my views. You can forget about trying to convince me.
That's fine. We've been arguing over this for years, and I don't hold any hope of you understanding. The issue we're debating has long since moved on from who's right and who's wrong.
Thanks for letting me know all this.
What?
I said, thanks for letting me know. Hey, stop acting like you didn't hear me. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
They say that earnest thanks should be given thrice, so one more time, please.
Upp, und da sind sie weg. Damit hätten wir das Event jetzt abgeschlossen, Eike, ja?
Drück J. Runterscrollen. Nein, hast du nicht. Siehst du? Deswegen hast du den geheimen Dialog gehabt. Du hast jetzt sehr viele Dialoge verpasst. Hast den geheimen Dialog jetzt verpasst, den richtigen.
Okay, das war jetzt das eher, naja, mäßige,
Du schließt dich nur meiner Meinung an.
Versammlung der Erleuchtungsevent. Naja. Tja, wäre es mal wie die letzte Cutscene gewesen, ne, von Anfang an. Aber die Spiele waren ganz
einfach
okay.
Einen scheiß Skip-Button, macht einfach endlich einen verkackten Skip-Button rein. Das ist halt wirklich... Es ist zu viel. Es ist
sehr viel
unnötig,
Dialog.
Es ist langweilig und es fügt nichts hinzu. Leider fügt es absolut nichts hinzu. Die Charaktere kacken sich mittlerweile nur noch an. Es macht keinen Spaß mehr. Also das war wirklich too much. Viel zu viel Gelaber. Was absolut keinen Nährwert hatte.
Und sogar Logiklücken.
Warum Logik? Okay, jetzt musst du erklären. Was für Logiklücken? Wenn man eine Behauptung aufstellt, muss man sie auch untermauern können. Also sag an.
Ich meine in Bezug auf die Punktevergabe von von den einzelnen Aufgaben. Haben wir ja gesehen.
Jetzt einen Satz ohne M. Sag einen Satz ohne M. Und ohne einen Festplattenabsturz. Mach mal.
Okay, kurzum, die ersten 2 Prüfungen waren unnötig. Man hätte einfach nur das Diadem schnappen müssen. Das hat ja schon gereicht. Ja. Trifft doch auf den Punkt, Eike, oder nicht? Stimmt es oder habe ich recht?
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite
Wettbewerb.
beautiful.
Ohne Zuschauer.
But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
Okay,
Und jetzt musst du Dulli noch die Quest machen für KW. Dann viel Spaß.
Ja, aber das machen wir dann offscreen.
Ja.
Ja.
Okay. Ja, da haben wir wieder genug gesammelt, Eike, nicht was? Nicht was,
dann
nicht wahr? Aber wir sind nicht KW-Fans und wir wollen auch Baiju nicht. Dendro, die wollen wir nicht. Okay, bist du bereit?
Yep.
Schon ein paar
Wie ist
Sachen
eigentlich dein Pity und dein...
50. Oder?
50er Pity, okay.
Kann man nachschauen. 1, 2. Ja.
Gut. Ja, raus.
Okay, alles gehen
Dann fangen.
auf 60. Mal sehen, vielleicht kriegen wir ja jetzt C2 Ganyu. Also ich kriege. Du hast ja wahrscheinlich schon. Und los. Ja.
Springen.
Kennen wir bereits. So, sind wir auf 60.
Dann 70.
Oder meinst du, ich sollte kaufen?
Nein.
Okay. Und... kommt ja auf dasselbe raus. Ah.
Springen.
Oh.
Nicht draufklicken. So, jetzt Einzelpuls.
Einzelpuls, okay.
Ja.
So auf 80 ran.
Aber
ran
schnell
krabbeln.
überspringen drücken.
Ja, ja. 71. Nett.
Danke für nichts, weil die kriege ich ja nie.
72. 73.
Erst ab 75 geht's los. Ich wollte es nur erwähnt haben.
Warum immer so
Also solltest
aggressiv?
du mal ein bisschen schneller. Ja, solltest du mal ein bisschen schneller pullen.
Echt ganz eilig. So kann man den Kran ja wieder auflösen. So, und...
Doch, Captain Obvious wieder unterwegs. Welcher Pull ist das jetzt?
76.
Okay, dann 77.
Gutes Jahr, da kam Star Wars raus. Hm. Okay, das ist kein Star Wars Fan. So, und sehen, wie viele Primus danach noch übrig sind.
Chichi.
Du hast es gejinxt, Eike, nicht wahr? Findest du gut, ne? Findest du gut? Ja? Eike, das darfst du nicht machen. Wenn du das so, das ging falsch. Dann wird das ab 18 gestellt. Nein, du darfst mich nicht trinken. Ja.
Was bin ich? Ich bin der was?
Der Repeater. Nein, Quatsch, was bist du denn?
Nein. Ich bin der Jinx-Archon.
Ah, okay. Ich dachte, du bist der Fleisch-Archon.
Der bin ich auch, aber ich bin hauptsächlich der Jinx-Archon.
Ja, kann ich jetzt...
Ich habe es so gejinxt.
Ja, weißt du, so, mit den Fingern, nicht wahr? Ja, toll. Muss ich jetzt den Song einspielen?
Ja.
I pulled Chi-Chi.
I pulled a Chi-Chi.
I lost my 50-50.
Lost 50-50. At 90 pity. I'm not feeling very good.
Ja.
Du musst dir die Texte merken, wenn du das schon rezitierst.
Das war zumindest nicht ein 90er, aber gut. Was bleibt uns jetzt noch übrig?
Nichts, das war's.
Ja.
Keine Ganyu für dich.
Ja,
Das
aber...
heißt, du willst deine gesamten Puls raufhauen und nicht auf zum Beispiel Yaimiku C1 oder C2 warten, die jetzt in nächster Zeit kommt.
Du meinst in 13 Tagen und 15 Stunden? Ja. Aber bis dahin kann man auch eine Menge Primogems sammeln.
Habe ich jetzt einen Leak gespoilert? Egal.
Ist das verboten? Es kommt auf
Ja.
den Leak an, oder? Es ist generell Leaks verboten.
Generell Leaks verboten. Und du bombst. So denn.
Genau.
Haut rein, Leute. keine Ganyu.
Ja. Now I'm sad.
And now I'm out of Primo Gems.
Na, das jetzt nicht unbedingt.